Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica. If you are new here, welcome. I am so happy to have you. So today's video is actually inspired by Instagram. If you are not following me on Instagram, I'd love for you to follow me over there at Mom.Wife.Teach. I'll also put the handle down below. But I've seen all these influencers talking about how wonderful the new tinted hydrator is from Tarte. And a lot of them are sponsored by Tarte. So I'm not sure if it's a honest review since they get paid for it. So I went ahead and picked it up because I was curious if it really is as good as they claim that it is. And I thought you might also be interested. So let's go ahead and get started. The color that I ended up going with was 13N Fair Light. I think they also had a fair, but it looked a lot lighter. So we'll see how it goes. So let's go ahead and I'll put it on my hand so you can see what it looks like. It is a thicker formula, kind of like a BB cream almost. I'm gonna use my fingers on this side and a brush on the other because I'm pretty sure that when I saw most of them talking about this product, they use their fingers. So I don't generally use my fingers, but we're gonna try it out. Also, the only thing I currently have on my face is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost. I always put it on to give my skin some extra moisture because it has that hyaluronic acid in it. So that's all I have on my face. Well, I like the sheen to it. That's pretty. It does feel like almost like a sunscreen putting it on. It's very lightweight and it reminds me of how slippery it is. Like a sunscreen texture, almost like a tinted sunscreen. All right, so actually that's a pretty good shade match for me. It blended right in, it looks nice. Let's go ahead and try a brush. I don't know that I've ever seen anyone try it with a brush, but I'm curious if you get any more coverage with a brush. All right, so I'm just using my favorite brush I just put on the back of my hand and we will buff it in. Sorry, it's pretty rainy here in Florida today, so the sun is not shining, but I think it's still a pretty good amount of light right now. All right, it buffs in super, super easy. It doesn't feel heavy or cakey at all. It feels very lightweight, just like with my fingers. Okay, so I didn't even use everything that I pumped out. With my fingers I did, but with my brush I did not. Looking at both sides, I really don't see a difference in application from the brush versus my fingers. Do you guys notice a difference? Do you think it's any thinner on one side than the other? I think it actually looks the same. Like I don't really see a difference. So if you think you like the brush better, just go with brush. I'm gonna use up what's on my hand with the brush and we'll see if we can make the coverage any higher. I don't really think, honestly, tinted sunscreens and this kind of formula usually doesn't really build that much. I like that it doesn't really have a scent to it. Okay, I think it looks really pretty. You know what it reminds me a lot of is the IT Cosmetics CC cream. The only thing with IT Cosmetics is that the undertone in their shades are like a grayish orange color that don't go well with my skin tone. So this reminds me a lot of IT Cosmetics, but the shade is really good for me. So I'm actually really pleasantly pleased. All right, I did not bring any setting powder with me, so we're just gonna go with it and see how it wears throughout the day, but this does feel like a formula that I'd probably set underneath my eyes, but I didn't bring it. So we'll see how it works with my mascara later. I talked about this in another video. This palette, if you do not have it, I highly, highly recommend it by Bare Minerals. The colors are just so gorgeous. Even the warm colors play really nice on my neutral fair skin tone. They blend really well. The blushes are very, very high pigmented. So I will link this down below as well. Sorry, my throat. I've been loving these Amazon brushes that I got in a set. They're so affordable and they are great. They're very similar to like the Morphe and the Sigma brushes. All right, so today I think I'm gonna do like a little bit of a purple color since I'm wearing my little camo set. So I'm gonna go in with this plum color just on my lid here. But all of their products are very pigmented. I mean, you can see that. I will tell you there is a little bit of fallout, but that's normal with Bare Minerals. Bare Minerals, that's one of the things that a lot of people always used to comment on before they made these pressed ones, is that they were the loose ones. And I have those and I love them, but a lot of people don't like the fallout that you get with them. But they're still really gorgeous. They all have like this sheen to them. They're not glittery, but they have like this beautiful sheen, especially when you're in the sunlight, that just like glistens. It's so, so pretty. All right, and then I'm gonna go in with like this light peach color up top, and then I'll just blend it all in, doing like swirl-like motions, because that purple shadow is a little bit on the darker side because of how pigmented they are. All right. I'm gonna do this side, just doing swirling motions to blend. Make them look kind of more even. There we go. Okay, now I have used this shadow before with an eyeliner, like an angled brush. Let me see if I found one. Like this one right here. You can use any. This one's by MAC to do my eyeliner, and it looks really great. But I wanted to show you like a little trick that if you want your eyes to look more natural and not such a harsh line, this is just the Maybelline Unstoppable in the shade Espresso. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna line the upper lashes. One thing I've been doing lately is I've only been lining the upper because I feel like it kind of opens up my eye and makes my eyes look a little bit brighter than doing the top and the bottom. So I want to show you the difference. So I'm going to do one, I'm going to put on both sides. Okay, so a lot of people would just stop right there with their eyeliner, and you can see it's a very harsh line. So if you want to make it a little bit softer, if you get like one of these little buffer brushes, this one is from, I think it's Sonia Kashuk, but Sephora also makes a really good one. If you take this and you just buff it along your lashes, it will make it have like more of a smoky look, but it'll make it be not so harsh and it'll look more like a natural fade. So do you see the difference between this one? You can see like a straight line. It's pretty bold. And this one's more smoked out. And you can even take it, if you have some on your brush, up into your crease to make like that V by using just like this gel-like. If you have any gel, I wouldn't use it on a kohl, but any gel-like eyeliner. And it just makes it a little bit softer than that harsh line, and you're using it as also that to make your V a little bit darker. Isn't that pretty? So that's just a little tip if you've never tried that. Okay, then, oh, I totally forgot my eyebrows. So we're gonna skip my eyebrows today. I did not bring that with me. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna curl my lashes. Usually I just use the NYX micro brow pencil in the shade Ash Brown. Okay, and I've been talking about this mascara. If you're looking for a drugstore mascara that gives volume and also is, what do I want to say? It makes them look very full. It does have a little bit of clumpiness to it, so you do have to kind of work with that. Not a lot though. So I would recommend this one if you were looking for something like that. But I like the effect that it gives. So I'm willing to work with the slight clumps I get here and there, but it's not like super clumpy like some mascaras are. So that's just one coat. Do the other side. I have to say, I'm really liking the way this Tarte is sitting on my face. It does remind me a lot of the IT Cosmetics It also reminds me, it's very similar to kind of like the Neutrogena Hydro Boost, where it's almost like that mousse-like consistency. It didn't seem like it was going to be, because the consistency is a lot different, but it sits on my face like the Neutrogena Hydro Boost too. So if you like the Neutrogena Hydro Boost tint, I think you would really like this one too. All right, I think I'm gonna probably get this in the full size, because I only wanted to try the mini because I wasn't sure what I was gonna think about it. All right, so this is with 2 coats. If you can see, they're very full, they're elongated. I really like the way that they look. All right, and then I've also been talking about, if you've been watching my other videos, this Maybelline Lifter Gloss. This is in the shade Topaz. It is so pretty. A lot of people say that it's very similar to the Fenty lip gloss. I've never tried that, but I will tell you that it's very similar to an Urban Decay one that I had in a palette that I don't think they make singly. But this shade is very similar, and I like this one better because it has like a vanilla minty cupcake taste to it, whereas the Urban Decay has more of a chemical. But the color is just so pretty. So that's what the color looks like. So I'd really like to try some more of these. I really think this color is great for all year round, but I really like it in the fall and winter months because it's more of like that plum raisin kind of color. So overall, I'm really, really pleased with this Tarte. I've never tried like the Tarte Shape Tape, which I've also heard on Instagram like a lot. I'm not really into, or I haven't been, I should say, into like really thick concealers, because I know that's supposed to be a high coverage concealer. If you have tried Tarte Shape Tape, I'd love for you to leave a comment down below and tell me what you think of it, because this is my first like foundation that I've used by them. I've used their eye palettes before, but I've never tried their foundation, and I haven't tried their concealer either. So I do have to say, I'm really pleasantly surprised with the way that this is sitting. The color is a great match for my skin tone, and I really like it. So looking at both sides, I don't think it makes a difference if you apply it with your fingers or if you apply it with a brush. I'm sure if you applied it with a sponge, it would thin it out a little bit, because that's what sponges do. But to be honest with you, the way that it's sitting on my skin right now, it looks like I applied it with a sponge. Because I like the way a sponge looks. It looks very airbrushed and looks just nice and perfected. I feel like that with my finger side and the brush side. So I'm really pleasantly surprised, and I'm pleased, and I will most likely purchase this in a larger size. So I thank you guys so much for watching. If you have tried other Tarte products that you love, I'd love for you to leave them down below. And I hope you will subscribe before leaving, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.